Ready, rise up. Rise up in the morning, smile at the rising sun. Three little birds perched by my doorstep, singing sweet songs, melodies pure and true. This is my message to you. Don't worry, don't you worry about a thing. Every little thing is gonna be alright. Don't you worry about a thing. Every little thing is gonna be alright. Back to rise up in the morning. Rise up in the morning, smile at the rising sun. Three little birds perched by my doorstep, singing sweet songs, melodies pure and true. This is my message to you. Don't you worry about a thing. Every little thing is gonna be alright. Don't you worry about a thing. Every little thing is gonna be alright. Don't you worry about a thing. Every little thing is gonna be alright. Don't you worry about a thing. Every little thing is gonna be alright. No, don't you worry. Every little thing is gonna be alright. Don't you worry. Every little thing is gonna be alright. Don't you worry. Welcome. Would stay, but I have to go.
Appreciate it. So, I'm Debbie Dim, if you don't know, and I've been channeling the Ascended Masters for about 25 years, I would say. I started getting messages when I learned Reiki, and then it just kept going from there. And so I want to introduce some of the masters. I brought pictures, in case you're not aware. So this is Kuan Yin. She's my main person that I work with. And she's from the Buddhist tradition. She's the goddess of compassion. And then Saint Germain, he's another one. So it's funny, Tim, Saint Germain has a reggae band in Mount Shasta, the town. I am not kidding you. He has a reggae band. It's called Saint Germain and the Violet Flames. I've actually seen them play. And then we have Master Kasumi. No, this is Serapis Bey. Serapis Bey, he's from Egypt. The Temple of Luxor, he's associated with. And they've all had like a lot of different incarnations. This is Kasumi. He's the one that gave a lot of information to Madame Blavatsky that wrote The Secret Doctrine, if you've ever heard of that. And this is Hilaron. Hilaron's used to be Saul from the Bible, and he is associated with the fifth ray of green of healing energy. Okay. And this little box is for a love donation if you want to afterwards. And this is my statue of Kuan Yin that was gifted to me by a friend of mine. And I wanted to bring this because it shows the kind of, you can't tell if it's male or female, okay, in this carving, which is very rare. And way, way back in history, Kuan Yin was thought of as male. And there is a male counterpart of Kuan Yin, but over the centuries, it kind of morphed into a more feminine energy. So this is a very rare statue of when you can't really tell. And she's holding the basket of fish, and there's a story about how she saved a village, giving them fish every day. So it's amazing, this statue. I really like it because it's very unusual of her. You don't see too many this way. And then this I brought because I was thinking about the friend who gave this to me. I never met her in person. She was a Facebook friend, and she had cancer, but she used to do a lot of crafts, and I sent her beads, and I sent her the head of a statue that broke, and she made this for me. So I just felt like I needed to bring that today. So that's the altar. And I'll explain a little bit real fast how I started channeling Kuan Yin. So I went to a spiritualist church in Illinois, very old, 100-year-old spiritualist church. Goes all the way back to Abraham Lincoln. And they wanted to get together and go to Camp Chesterfield in Indiana, where they train the spiritualist ministers, right? So we all went there for the weekend, and they were doing a big psychic fair kind of thing on the property. And I was walking around, and I sat next to a statue of Kuan Yin, and I didn't know who she was at the time. This was a long time ago. And I asked one of the ministers, I said, "Who is this?" And she said, "Oh, that's Kuan Yin, the goddess of compassion." And I had just read the Dalai Lama's book about compassion. And so I said, "Oh, could you please be one of my guides?" And then I just forgot about it, you know. And then a year later, I went to a Tibetan monks concert. And they really get your vibration up listening to Tibetan chants, you know, with all their throat singing and all this crazy stuff. My whole body was vibrating, you know. And so at the intermission, the people next to me left and they didn't come back. But I felt I felt an energy sitting next to me. And it was very strong, it was very clear. Somebody was sitting there that I couldn't see. And I said, "Who is this?" And she said, "Oh, it's Kuan Yin, I've come to be your guide." You know, and I started crying. Then that's ever since she's been with me. So when you want to connect with a master, the best thing to do is find someone that you resonate with. Like, that's why I wanted to show you different people. And in Jesus, they call him Sananda or Yeshua, but he is a master too, of course, and Mother Mary. So whoever you feel connected to, that's who you should ask to be your guide. And you might have to wait a while. Like, Saint Germain wouldn't talk to me for years. Like, it took a long time before he started talking to me. So it just depends, you know. You have to be in a certain vibration. You have to be in a certain, you know, where they feel connected to you, and then they'll come. Okay, so just be patient, you know, and meditate a lot. Like, when I first started, I meditated, at least an hour a day for a long time, because I was doing the Aisha's Ascension meditation. So I did that by myself and with groups on the weekends and stuff. When I first learned it, we did that meditation a lot. So that really helped a lot. So the first time I took that class, my childhood guide left and told me I graduated from her and that I would get new guides the weekend I took that meditation class, because it shifted me so much. She's like, finally I can leave. Like, what? But she's like, you get a new one, don't worry, you'll get new ones. But I'm out of here, and I've had her since I was a child. So, yeah.
Who was that? Which guy was that?
Well, she's from Venus. She was, when I was a kid, I thought she followed me, because I thought the planet Venus followed me everywhere I went, like walking and stuff. But yeah, I kept her until I was like 30 something. Yeah, so it was a long time. Okay, so we're gonna say a prayer, and then I'm gonna go into a light trance, and I'll probably tone some sounds, and those are for healing, but also for the vibration. And then she'll say some things, whatever they're gonna say, and then I'll say you can ask questions, okay? And I close my eyes, so you'll just have to shout out your questions, okay? All right. Oh yeah. Oh, I guess I should have did that before. Okay. So everybody can hear me, okay?
There's some we can put up there.
The way the ones you do.
Shorter.
Oh.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
way smarter.
All right. Can everybody hear me?
That's good.
All right. So we're gonna say, it's kind of the unity prayer. I say it a little different, but the light of God is in us, the love of God is in us, the strength of God is in us, the peace of God is in us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And we ask all our guides, teachers, and ascended masters, all those who are here for our highest and best good, to be with us and to give messages today. Amen. Namaste. So nice to be with you today in this beautiful day. The day the light comes back, as you like to call it. And before we get going, we have a message for someone who has their birthday on this special day. For Willow, we have a message just for her. So Willow, we want to say that we're very proud of your progress. And your first 50 years were the trials you agreed to coming into this life. And we know they weren't easy, but like your name, you bent, but didn't break, like the willow tree. And now, the second half is your time to lead, and to be a leader, and a wonderful light and example for others. So we say thank you, and bless you, and happy birthday.
Thank you.
And we'd like to speak about the sun. Your sun has been doing a lot of activity. A lot of things are coming from your sun. And Kuan Yin, we've talked about this before, of course, but we want to keep mentioning it because it's so important. The energies that are coming from your sun. And all through history of the earth, the sun has been so important to so many cultures because they realized how important the energies that come from the sun are for your life. Your life depends on the sun. And these energies are now changing things, upgrading things, moving more of your consciousness to a higher level, along with some other energies that are coming from the universe, other things that are floating around out there that are sending you lots of love and energy. But the sun has cycles, and this is a cycle that affects the entire planet and every living creature on it, no matter what you believe, no matter what you think, no matter what your scientists say about it. It's a cycle that's eternal, that happens every so many thousands of years, and this is part of what raises the consciousness of your earth as a living being and of yourselves. So just know that it's important for you to just relax and try to take as much of this energy in as you can. Because it will help you, but sometimes it causes like ringing in your ears or different things with your sleep or your appetite or your energy level. So it does have effects on you, but try to be patient and try to take good care of yourself during this time. Because it's very intense right now, and it's going to continue to be that way for quite some time. But just know that it's for your highest and best good, and that we're here to help you, and that you can call on us. And we try to protect you from the worst of it when it causes earth changes. A lot of the earthquakes and strange weather patterns and things that are going on right now, a lot of it caused by this activity with the sun. So that's our main thing that we'd like to tell you about today. And so, do you have questions? Well, you need to ask questions, so speak up if you have questions.
How do we reach unconditional love?
Well, that's a beautiful question. Thank you. So, I guess you would say that Yeshua is your best example of unconditional love. He loves you unconditionally, as all of us do. All of the Ascended Masters are here staying close to the earth plane to help you. When we ascended, we didn't have to do that. Like, I'm a Bodhisattva, the Kuan Yin energy is Bodhisattva, which means we sacrifice moving on to stay close to the earth plane and help you. So we hope that you feel our love in that way. But as you journey through your life, there's things that give you feelings that aren't unconditional love, such as resentment, anger, jealousy, envy. Those are the emotions that you want to overcome so that you can reach unconditional love. Do you understand? So those are the emotions that you want to work with to understand that we are all connected. So when you understand that everyone's connected as one, that you're just a spark of the Creator, and everyone has their own spark of Creator, when you can really embody that unity consciousness, the unconditional love follows. That's why aloha, when you say aloha, that's what you mean. It's similar to when you say namaste, that is the same. I see this divine spark in you, the same spark that's in me. So when you can get to that place, then you automatically have unconditional love for everyone. But we understand that it's a process. And no one expects perfection. It's just a process, and it's part of your experience on the earth plane.
Thank you.
You're welcome. More questions?
So our family will go on trip on Christmas Day, but one of my kids is sick right now. Will he recover and not like everybody's healthy to go for a trip?
What is his name?
Andy.
Andy. Okay. Yes, we feel like if he gets enough rest before you leave, you should try to rest and not be doing too much activity. And as he gets enough rest, he'll be good to go.
So we don't need to change the plan or anything.
No.
Okay, thanks.
Can you speak of the connection? It's my understanding that as Yeshua and Mary Magdalene, 2,000 plus years ago, they were the balance of the masculine and feminine. They were ushering in a new consciousness. But now Kuan Yin and Saint Germain are kind of taking the reins more in terms of ushering in this new era. Not that Jesus and Mary still aren't in the picture. It's my understanding that Kuan Yin and Saint Germain are.
Yes, so.
Can you speak of that?
Yes, so Yeshua and Sanana and Mary were that divine complements, but Saint Germain also has Lady Portia, who doesn't speak a lot, but she is there and she's working with him. She's his divine complement. I'm the only one that doesn't have a divine complement. It's just what my path was. But Yeshua was the age of Pisces, and that was for the time and consciousness that was at that time on the planet. He was what was needed because of the way they did things then. To be crucified as the Romans did back then, that was just all a part of, he had to fit into what the consciousness was at that time. And of course he was trying to improve it, but many people at that time weren't ready to hear his message. But he made sure that it continued on with his disciples, and Mary Magdalene too, survived and kept preaching and doing her thing. But of course I'm not going to give you a history lesson right now, but that is why they were important at that time, and they could fit into that time period of consciousness at that time. But now we're in the age of Aquarius, and so many things have changed. Your financial system has changed, how things are done, and Saint Germain has a lot to do with the financial system. So he's extremely important right now. And Kuan Yin took over the Reiki energies from him to, because they kind of rotate jobs in between all the ascended masters. And so we all, do things together as a group, but we also have our specialty, and Saint Germain's specialty is the gold, and silver, and changing the financial system that he's been working on for probably 200 years now, almost, to fix things that were messed up in the past, that made you basically slaves to other people, and to give you your freedom back. So when Saint Germain was incarnated during the Magna Carta years on the planet, and during the American Revolution, well, I'll just let him talk. So when I helped the people of the time in Europe, when they were writing their Magna Carta, when they were working on freeing themselves from monarchies and such, I helped write that. I was there. And then I came to the United States when you were going through your American Revolution, and I was there, and I helped write the Constitution. I helped inspire those words. But things got derailed. So then I went to California, and I taught people there how to work with their consciousness and to raise their consciousness. And I went to the Ballard family and helped them with their gold mind. And I gave them, showed them where there was veins of gold that they could mine, but they were to keep it for this time that you are in now. So there's much more gold than you think. And it has been safeguarded for all these years to help with this transition. So that is why I've been more prominent in this century. But I've reincarnated over and over to help with these issues.
Thank you.
So are you here now with all that's going on with crypto and all the energies
Yes.
that are not necessarily positive?
Yes, and it's difficult because there are much resistance to giving you your freedom back. And not only from humans and people that you are aware of, but entities from other places that we didn't have an awareness of in the past, or at least humans didn't have an awareness of. So it's very difficult to keep things on track. But there is a plan, there has been a plan for a very long time to restore your sovereignty as people. And that must be done so that you can progress. So I am not giving up, and neither should you, and I have lots of help and lots of humans who understand this and who are helping. And there's others in the other dimensions, other higher realms that also help with these things. So know that it's still in the process, but we're working very hard to get things, as they were planned to do that. So do not be in fear, and use your discernment in all your dealings, in what you do, and you'll be okay. And know that abundance isn't always about money. There's abundance in many, many ways that you all have. So you have abundance in your families, your friends, your work, everything you do, you have abundance in different ways than just financial money, of course. So, and that's important too. But we want you to have freedom to do what your soul calls you to do and not have to worry about financial abundance. And we want equality across the planet for everyone to have those opportunities. And I would say there's more people right now on the planet working towards this with their eyes open than has ever been before. Before there was only our disciples, people that knew of us and listened and knew us on the inner planes and knew what was going on. But now there's many, many more of you that understand these things. So that is a good thing.
Over time, I've heard the term Nasara. Is
Yes.
that related to the work that your St. Germain is doing in the financial
Yes.
world?
Yes, because the banking system has a lot to do with Nasara, and the banking system is what started the whole taking away your freedom in the first place. But it goes way, way back into Europe when people started borrowing money and lending money to people, and lending money that wasn't really equal. Like they would say, well, you put $10 in the bank and I'll loan out $100 to someone else. So if you want your $10 back, I don't have it, plus I'm $90 short because it was just a crazy thing they did, and it needs to be fixed. But it's been such a long time that you're all just used to that now. Do you understand? So Nasara is a thing that was to help straighten that out, but it's not the only thing. But it's a step towards that.
Thank you.
Can you tell us about the 3AI and so much hype that it's so close? Is it actually helping the consciousness rise?
Yes, so the 3-eye atlas you're talking about, that came from another solar system. Yes, so I'm glad you asked about that. So that is something that is on a cycle, and it takes a very long time to come through, but it does that. And it's not just coming through by the Earth, it came by every single planet in your solar system, leaving energies to help move things along in all the planets' energies. So, and it's very ancient, it comes from a very extremely ancient race of beings that are not even physical anymore. They would be just a consciousness traveling through space. I guess you would, it's the only way I could describe it. But much more advanced spiritually and technologically than you are. But not even technology, you can't even call it that. It's more, it's just more frequency kind of thing. It's not so much technology. But know that there's no harm from it. yeah, it's only here to move things along as was planned, probably even millions of years ago by these beings. And they're older than the ascended masters that are here on earth. I mean, they're older than us. So it's very, very ancient energies. And it's just all part of the cycles that, you know, run the universe, basically.
Will it offer any profound changes?
It's affecting the earth already, and it's already affected the earth. You know, but it's nothing that you can, unless you are very sensitive and feel the things in your physical body, you won't be aware of them. It's more dealing with the earth grids and things like that in the earth. Thank you. Because don't forget, the earth is alive. The earth is a being, just like you. So it wants to move on, it wants to ascend, just like you do. You know, and it cycles through changes. And things get rearranged and land masses move and some sink under the ocean and some come up and all of that is happening right now. And this is the first time that's happened with humans on the planet in this dramatic a way. So our job is to keep as much of you safe from those changes as possible. And we have help with that. We're not doing that alone at all. We have a lot of help with that kind of thing. And the elemental realm helps with that too. So don't ignore them. It's good to speak to the elemental realms in where you live and talk to them and ask for their help. The fairies, the endimes, the dwarves, all the elemental beings that help with those kind of things. It's important to try to connect with them. Fallen out of connection with them, and it really is detrimental to you, and they can really help you and in your environment if you speak with them and show them some attention and appreciation. And if you're a gardener, definitely, you should talk to the elementals.
How would you have us think of, or how would you have us sit with death?
So, to us, it's only a transition back to source. So when your body dies here on earth, your soul returns to source. But as far as the feelings and emotions people go through when a loved one passes, we know that's very difficult. And it hurts. And it's something that Debbie's going through right now herself with a dear friend of hers. So it's very hard for me to speak about that right now because it's just, but she knows that that it's okay, but it's just, you know, you miss them, of course, but you'll see them again. And you can always connect with them on the spirit plane. So, but it's sad. We understand that. But to sit with someone as they're transitioning is a blessing, because it's a sacred time. And so if you have that opportunity to sit with someone as they're transitioning and just hold space for that, and know, you know, send them your love, but let them know that it's okay to go to their next life. Because they're going to want to go to Source, to feel that unconditional love of Source, and not have any pain or discomfort anymore. Do you understand? Does that answer your question?
Along that line, does the use of medications like morphine and things like that hinder the person that's transitioning by using those at the end of life?
No, we don't, no, you don't ever want them to suffer or feel any more pain than they would, and they're really not, a lot of times, in their body, but when they are in their body and they feel pain, of course, no, they shouldn't be put through any more suffering than needed. But a lot of times when someone's in hospice or they're in their transition, they are many times not really aware of their body anymore, and they're out on the other side already, crossing over and coming back and forth. And so if they don't look like they're in pain, you know, they're probably not there. Do you understand? When someone's in, when you visit someone and they're close to their passing, a lot of times you can feel or sense or see all the people waiting for them on the other side. And there'll be relatives and friends and angels, and they just stay and wait until the person is ready to let go, and then they take them by the hand and they take them and they comfort them and explain what's happening. And they're never alone. So just know that. Even their pets show up.
Pets always go to heaven?
Yeah. Yeah, pets definitely wait for whoever had them. They'll greet them.
As I move through this transition into my second half of my life, is there any advice or message that I don't know how to ask for that would be super useful in this moment?
Oh. Just listen when you are thinking about something or get an idea. Don't ignore it, because it's coming from us. So just pay attention. That's all. Just pay attention, listen. You know, don't blow it off. There's no crazy idea. As long as you have faith, you can do something.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Pets are here to teach us certain lessons. Is that why we're attracted to certain ones, or they come to help help us learn some soul lesson?
Yes, especially cats. Cats are different than most other pets. Cats and some dogs, but cats definitely have superpowers. They pick you, you don't pick them. They find you, they know what you need, and they'll try to give that to you. And then when that's over, they leave. They move on or they find someone else. It's just cats. Think about why the Egyptians revered cats. There's a reason for that. And there's certain animals on the earth that didn't originally come from Earth. They came from somewhere else. And they have higher intelligence than an animal that evolved here. Do you understand?
Are cats one of those?
Yes. Cats. Cats and octopus. Octopuses.
Horses are natural healers here?
Horses are from here. Horses are a good fit for the earth, for the environment of the earth.
Why? What did they do? What did they bring?
Because they gave you the opportunity to be able to travel longer distances. And the earth has just the land, compared to other planets, the land is better for horses. The grass, it's just better. Other planets don't have the same terrain that horses would be good with.
So when humans have learned the lesson that the animals are here to teach, they usually pass away?
Or they run away and find a new owner sometimes.
Mhm.
I'm not sure how to ask about this, but I'm curious about motherhood in my path.
Well, I can't, about what?
Motherhood.
Would you like to know if you're going to be a mother? Or do you want to know if you should be a mother? What exactly do you want to know?
Both.
Okay, well, we say if you are considering that, then yes, you can be a mother. That you should, not should, we don't like that word, but if you have that feeling that you would like to be a mother, then yes, it's okay for you to be a mother. We're not seeing any children right now. Not right now, not in the near future, but maybe. But we don't see any specific children. It's something that you need to really decide that you want for sure, so that souls on the other side can pick you as their mother. Because the souls on the other side that want to come back into the earth plane, they pick their parents. So when you decide for sure, you will call a soul to you. Do you understand?
As a spiritual community, does our Unity Church have a special role to play in the upcoming years?
Yes, because there's going to be a big change in religions, let's call it, in general, as far as they'll have to rethink a lot of things and let go of a lot of dogma. And your community is farther along that path than a lot of bigger, more established religions, let's say, that are going to have to change a lot to continue to exist. Because they are part of the old system. Basically, the enslavement system, some of them have been so much a part of that it's going to be hard for them to survive the changes that are coming. So your community will be a place where people can come when they've been disillusioned, so to speak, from those other paths. So we see it continuing to grow, just to stay open and not be dogmatic to people, and just keep your hearts open to others. Does that make sense?
Yes, thank you.
What can we do to help Mother Earth?
She really doesn't need your help. She's doing just fine. She'll be here whether you are or not, honestly. You can be in tune with her and connect with her and ground yourself to her resonance so that you are in harmony with her. But there's bigger forces that are helping her. And of course, you don't need to participate in making pollution or those kind of things. Of course, that would be wonderful not to do that, but just know the changes she's going through are natural and going to happen regardless, because it's just part of her evolution too. So we just say stay connected, so you're going to stay with her as she rises. Do you have any more questions?
Do you have anything to offer Debbie as our channel right now? For holding the space for us and for sharing this?
Yes, we'd like her to be more confident in her path, just to be more confident and know that she's doing it. And she's doing the right thing.
Thank you.
Thank you for asking. Well, if you're finished with questions, now we'd like to do some healing work. So we'll come to each person, or maybe you could come up individually. Well, no, I'll walk to each person, okay? But we'll stop the recording now, and we'll do healing for each person, okay? So let's shut that off.